Is that it?
It is, yeah, about Wednesday. What day is it today? It's Saturday today, and I fly out there Tuesday night, well, early Wednesday morning, 1:45 a.m. Get the coach down, 5-hour coach into the airport, then a 10-hour flight over. I actually arrived at 2:20 Dallas American time at QuakeCon. So yeah, it's about 5 days. I'm pretty nervous, if I'm honest, about that, but I'm looking forward to meeting the crew and all the guys there at QuakeCon. It's going to be an experience, and of course Radio ITG will be there with video and audio coverage. So you know, another thing not to miss out. We've just got so much coming up for you very soon here on Radio ITG. Lots to be excited about, and you know, I think probably some of the best action around at the moment is happening right here.
Well, it is very, very good to see this match and the actual size, because one shout out I had forgotten to give is a huge shout out to Kajab. He is over there and he's lapping it up with his lady friend in Spain right now, but Atlantic Battle is his baby. Him and Gigolo created it the first time. He's not here, but don't forget he is doing an amazing job for European ET. Him and Lake got Clanbase running up a storm. I think we are amazingly privileged in Europe to have those two as our head admins. They do a fantastic job. And so on that note, on that little note, as a tear comes into my eye for the admins that couldn't be here today.
Radio ITG.
American teammates Inferno right behind him, and Dater moving out into the courtyard, trying to make a push on that forward spawn point. They're going to get mowed down and denied that opportunity. Inferno, he's still trying. He's back in the hallways. He's getting into a fight, but whoa, he gets cut apart by Potter's MP40. We've got some artillery support, or airstrikes being called in the hallways, but just trying to see if North America can even make it through to get that forward spawn point. They've come awfully close. Here's Cobb trying to make his way into the room, but he is going to be denied. Some artillery support from Potter tearing apart Mushu and Dater. And North America, the closest they've gotten to that flag, is looking inside the room longingly, hoping for a capture, but they have been shut down. And, you know, we're seeing some good forward defense coming from the European team, and North America hasn't been able to adjust to that very easily. I don't know. It's pretty tough out here.
Yeah, with 2.5 minutes gone already, the Americans are really pushing this in quite really trying to push different routes, different attack strategies, but each one is being met with the same resoluting no by the Europeans. Double grenade kill going in, one for Potter, one for Care. Data and Derazak are both out of there, and now it's going to be the revive. Derazak to push right down, then all going down to the left hand anyway right now. Grip and Sengo, double MP40 combination on Comp and Mushu, and no thanks to Mushu now. Feel I'm going to make this push right now. Medic ammoing up Inferno. We've got 3 down the left-hand side, and Varus is going to lead the charge straight in there. Down goes Inferno, down goes Mushu. Varus self-kills, and it is just no thanks with about, I don't know, 10-15 health left alive in that left-hand tunnel. Beautiful start by the Europeans. Already 3.5 minutes held at this first stage. Hearing it's a good start.
It's a very good start for the Europeans right now. It's got a push going down the left-hand side. Northwest is going to lead the way, battered by 2 of his teammates, taken down, cut down by Care. Still trying to make that push. In goes Dezerak there, but he's going to be taken out by Ferris as well. Inferno and Moshu are trying to push down the left-hand side. Care is there. Starts following the fire, battered by Ferris. Nails Moshu. Yeah, he is out of there. Both of those nailed, and again the Europeans thwart that attack and knock them straight back down. The Americans trying to push desperately in and claim that flag capture down to 15 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, and that's a nice hold so far. Looking at about a 4-minute hold so far by the European team. The Americans need to push that a bit harder, really try and get down, get that flag done. Trying to raid some artillery support at the backside in towards Mystic and Grit right at the back of that middle area. We've got to push in by the Americans now, so they push in forward through towards the middle. Mystic in that crossfire gets it dead off on Comp falls. Care Sega landmine takes him out as he's trying to make the push down, goes to the right hand side. Americans pushing forward, trying to get the pick up. Dezerak pushing forward on that right hand side, tries to push forward, some nice pick up going in. Comp's running up those stairs. We're looking at the moment at Singer and Ferris shooting down, trying to take them out. As they try and put us there, Comp's getting that by Grip. Grip takes around Singer there as well, taking out this American team. Europeans all over the Americans at the moment, Trillian.
It's pretty much carnage out here. You know, what I will say about the Americans, they had some nice medic revive action going on there. They were really pushing hard, and it looked like they may have their opportunity to come inside with all of those revives, everyone's staying alive. But as soon as they started to push inside the back entrance, they kind of found themselves, you know, just not able to make it any further. The medics started to find themselves dead, no one to revive them, and it just was, there was no opportunity for them. The Europeans adjusting very quickly to what the North Americans are throwing at them, but they keep trying. They're coming out here once more off spawn. Dater making his way, trying to swoop inside, but artillery support catches him just as he's about to make it to safety. He was denied that opportunity to save himself. Looking back here to see if anyone else is coming through. Here comes No Thanks all alone. Deserak's up top, trying to throw some support fire out there. He knows that Potter's hanging out up there. As soon as Potter stands up to throw out a grenade, Deserak picks him off very quickly there. So we still have Deserak's out here. We have No Thanks. He sees an airstrike being called out there, but he's in a good position not to get hit by it. He's waiting to be joined by a couple of teammates, and he's going to try to make a flank maneuver coming inside. He finds Sengo. He mows him down, and he's going to continue his movement. Ferris getting into it with No Thanks and Dater. Dater, the medic's going to revive Ferris, or No Thanks, and they're going to head inside, making an attack on the flag. The flag, this may be their opportunity. Here comes Dater inside, just as Europeans spawn. And ouch, Dater had the perfect opportunity. If he'd been 2 seconds sooner, America would have had that forward spawn point, but the spawn happened at just the wrong moment. Talk about bad luck there, TosspoT.
Yeah, it has indeed. The Americans are really on the back foot right now, just trying to get anything new. They're getting a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, but right as I speak, in fact, they've got 3 people through the bottom-hand hole. They're going straight up those stairs, and they're bearing down on the flag, but the respawning Europeans are coming across right now. We've got an airstrike into the old city. We've got grenades going down, someone taking cover in the water. We've got 3 of them going to come up. He's going to come straight back up there, and Pollard's going to get annihilated from both sides. No Thanks pushing forward, crossfired by Sengo and Ferris. And it is Mushu left from that push. Data down, and now Mushu is down. And Keyring, European domination so far with 12 minutes 45 left on the clock. Okay, it appears there's no Keyring on Ventrilo. Keyring is right back now here on Ventrilo while everything goes crazy. Now they're going to make the push for the flag right now. Data's going to skip straight back down, and Ferris double kill. No Thanks and Data catch up in with a 3rd one. It is a beautiful attack there. Another person getting kicked. And Trillian, the attack is just coming.
Close on the clock right now. 12 minutes and 5 seconds remaining on the clock right now. As we look at the other attacks coming in at the moment. Yes, I am.
I have a feeling that I'm so lagged that he's not going to realize that I'm talking yet, but I'm going to pretend that he can. So I'm going to sit here and talk about, you know, what we're looking at with the forward spawn point still in the hands of the Axis team, which is currently the Europeans. We're looking at the Americans to see what they're going to be able to pull out here, but it seems like a whole lot of deja vu. Inferno, Dater, and No Thanks hang. Oh, I don't think that they are.
Let's indeed hope that these puppets are. I think they're still there. Oh, they are. I'm going to carry on talking anyway, just in case you can hear me talking right now. I'm going to give the action, looking at the pushes going, still they have not claimed that flag area, still in the hands of that Axis team. Potter defending in that spawn point area at the moment, getting a few support fighters out there. Grips down, shooting down that right-hand side, trying to nail the kills. Not having to do with looking Deserak. Going to make his way down that left-hand side. He's got a bit of a clear route at the moment. Might have a chance to push in and try and claim that flag. He's going to definitely try. George Dean going to meet Grip. Grip doing it at the moment. Seeing what he can do. Decides to slash kill. Not sure what happened to the rest of his team, but the slash kill comes in for the European team. They're going to spawn in, set up their crossfire again, and try and take out this American team as they try and push forward. Conf managing to land a kill. Data pushing in, manages to pick up Inferno. Inferno pushing round through, forward to the main entrance, in towards that European flag. Can they get it? Nice grenade, double kill grenade by No Thanks. Takes out 2, they're pushing forward. No Thanks again. Can they get the flag? Yes, the American team claim the flag. And finally, Trillian, the Americans have managed to push forward to the 2nd stage.
I should not have taken a bite of dinner at that point in time, could I have? Alright, what I can tell you is the command post has been constructed. It's all looking good out here. The Axis are feeling pretty good on the other side of the map. Oh, dynamite planted just before an explosion comes through by Mystic that destroys the North American team. Mushu, Comp, and No Thanks all feeling that one. Got a little team kill in there as well, but you know, actually it's Ferris that found Mystic shortly after he threw out that airstrike. But we have about 10 seconds left on that dynamite, so this old city wall is going to be blown. We're seeing a little bit of movement by the Americans, but you know, if at the other side we see the same opposition that we saw in that first old city entrance, this is not going to be fun for the Americans as they make their way through. They have destroyed the old city wall. They're coming through, getting into some quick fire as Grip was just around the corner waiting for the opportunity to do a little flank move on him. He did some good amount of damage, but the medics are able to come through and revive their teammates. So the Americans making their way through the hallways, coming into what's going to be their first opposition on the other side of the old city wall. They're making their way out. Inferno and No Thanks are going to take the long way around, come through the back way, and see if anyone's waiting for him. Here comes a little grenade action from the kind of surprising him there. And they're going to be joined by Deserax and Comp coming through and looking for their opportunity. The firefights have begun. They have yet to make it into the courtyard to go for those anti-tank guns, but they seem to be making a pretty good push to start here. We're waiting to see what kind of opposition is going to come out there. Artillery support from the south side, and we've got it. Oh, grenade coming over the top. Actually, Inferno gunning down. Oh, that's going to be a nice little kill revive. So we did have some grenades coming out there. Sango going to throw Mushu into the walls, and they're still trying to make their move. The Americans coming through the south side. There are a couple of landmines waiting for them, and of course Sango just around the corner looking for his opportunity to show his pride for the Europeans and clear that one out. Now, TosspoT, how you holding up over there? Oh, I should just say
yeah, we'll carry on.
Hey, Keyring.
Hey, Trill. Yeah, the North American team making a push in towards that south anti-tank. Motion makes it over 2 mines, but then gets taken out by the second. He's waiting for a medic, very patient at the moment. Inferno's up there. Data tries to go and get the revive, gets taken out. Mystic takes him as he tries to run up there. Mystic there as well, taking out Comp. They've got a strong defense. In fact, they're even defending the south anti-tank gun pretty well at the moment. Looking at Sengo hanging around, getting those landmines replanted, leading in towards that south anti-tank gun. Looking at Mystic, he's going to push round through towards the main entrance, comes out from behind, grenade range down towards him, lands the kill on Deserax. Deserax falls, but 3 people notice him, and Deserax is going to be picked up by Comp. No, it wasn't Comp right there. There's somebody that picked him up who actually missed. The grenades raining down from the North anti-tank gun over the top at the moment, trying to catch out this North American team as they try and set up an attack. At the moment, they seem to be waiting for a moment or an opportunity to make a push forward and see what they can do. Deserax is there, Comp is there, Moshe is there as well, and now they're going to make the push. No, Comp tries to go through, but Grip lands the grenade on him. Moshe is standing around very patiently. Comp is there, being picked up, knocked straight back down by yet another landmine, and it's Sengo that takes him out this time. Moshe waiting out behind to push forward in towards the North anti-tank gun. Chill, they just seem a bit unorganized at the moment, waiting for the Americans to try and make some kind of organized push in to try and make it happen.
Yeah, they've been having a really tough time figuring out which entrance to go. They are going to send, there's like 3 of them that seem to work together pretty well, and the rest of them are like chickens with their heads cut off. 3 can do it for you, but not when you're up against a really well-organized team like what we're seeing from Europe right now. Now, we did have Inferno, Data, and Mushu coming inside, but all 3 of themselves found themselves gunned down in the back, so they aren't going to survive that one. No medic to survive them, or to revive them, but Comp and Deserax coming through. Oh, both of them destroyed by that landmine. You know, Comp set it off, and Deserax didn't notice it. So even though it was smoking there, he ran right back over the top of it, and both of them got picked up there. So they're going to have to find themselves reset once again. We are kicking a couple of players off the service. Guys, please don't bother to connect. You're just causing us difficulties, and you're not going to help yourself out. Following Inferno, No Thanks, and Dater as they are making yet another run on the south side. No Thanks going to hold back and watch the flank as Dater and Inferno are saying, okay, dude, what are we doing here? They wait for Comp to show up. Here's Deserax as well. So we've got a team of 5 for the North American team, and they're preparing for an attack right now. All 6 of them coming into view. I think, no, wait, still at 5, and they're holding back at the south side, waiting to see which way they're going to go. They're starting to make their push on the south side. Here they go inside, dodging the landmines, even though the 2 of them are sitting there. Deserax finds one of them, and Sengo gets yet another point on his engineer score. But they're making their push very slowly inside. Not sure why they're going to these back hallways, because it's making them easy fodder for the European team. But Comp's going to do a little bit of reviving. They've got 3 players back for the North Americans. Now, if they could just actually turn around and get over to those anti-tank guns, they might be able to get something done, but we're looking to see if they have an engineer amongst their group, and not seeing much action going on there. Their engineer may very well not have survived that one. Dater, however, going to make a move on the south anti-tank gun. He won't be able to do much with it, but he's going to try to establish his position for the American team, just in case that engineer should show up. Now, Keyring, have you seen any sign of the engineer or anything going on maybe at the other side, the north entrance?
Looking at the north entrance right now, seems to be a couple of medics hanging around there. They've been taken out, not too many troubles at all. Mystic, who's holding up that north anti-tank gun at the moment as an Axis medic, is just shooting down towards that near side entrance and just taking them out, no troubles at all. Jumping down onto the telecommunications wire and just spamming the fire in there, landing the kills, no troubles at all. Inferno's going to make a push around there at the moment. Got the Thompson in hand, trying to make a few kills. Not even too much luck. You can't see anybody worse than taken out. And Grip is going to land a beautiful grenade on him and take him well and truly out of the action as he gets hit by Potter. Potter doing a nice job at the moment. The nice shot by Desirac takes him out of the action and then makes a push in towards that north anti-tank gun. Grenades raining down. Desirac takes out Swingo with the MP40 from Care. Takes care of him. Comp looking to try and make a push, picked up just before he was gibbed. Very lucky there indeed. He is the engineer, but he's got him first. It's very interesting. They need to keep him alive. They are doing it at the moment, doing a nice job. Grenade raining down from Grip, takes down Data as well. Who's the guy getting in there and picking him up, but Comp is taken out and gibbed. Straight away, Grip got the kill there and the gib right after it. Stopping the medic from getting in there and getting the revive on him. Mystic, Potter is the guy that's really sticking out for me at the moment for the European team. He seems to be able to spread himself over the north and south anti-tank gun areas, even in the middle section as well, and just nailing those kills all over the place at the moment. Nice grenade spam coming out by this European team, really catching the North American team by surprise. Some 5-in ranged in through the Axis spawn by No Thanks there, trying to land a kill. He's an allied lieutenant trying to do that, but Grenade's going to again spam down, land on Grip. On No Thanks, and take him out of the action yet again. We've got 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining in this round. Looks like it's going to be a full hold for the European team, Trillian.
I think it's pretty much nothing more you can say about it, because they haven't touched either anti-tank gun. They haven't put a single bit of dynamite down. They've been denied at every turn, and even when they've made their attempts, they've thrown 4 bodies at that south anti-tank gun, one right after another, cut down from above. They're not able to they're not able to find Potter up there, who's just been doing such a great job stepping it up for his team. Now we're looking for another push outside. There's a landmine waiting for him inside. The question is, will he make it in there in one piece? 36 seconds left to go. It's pretty much a moot point right now, because even if he did, he doesn't have enough time to plant the dynamite and let it blow. And even if he managed one dynamite plant, it wouldn't be enough to set a time. So this game, this half is over. Full hold going out to the Europeans. They have denied the North Americans. You know, apparently we can attack other countries, but when it comes to playing enemy territory, the Europeans have us pretty much owned so far. But we'll have a chance to see what the Europeans are going to be up against when we switch sides and we see what they can do as the allies. In just a few seconds here, and we'll see if we can't figure out what to do with TosspoT, because I miss him. Oh, well, little TosspoT action. Well, you do realize to beat that 7-man means to kill a couple of your own. So, I mean, you really don't want to get much beyond maybe killing one of your own teammates. Yeah, see, the better thing would be a 7-man where 6 were the opposing team and 1 was a teammate. That beats it, but that's the only way you're going to beat it, because you really don't want to get an 8-man where you kill 2 of your teammates and 6 of the other team, and 3 of your teammates, and yeah. No. Yeah. I bet you could do that with... Yeah, whatever. Crazy European.
Well, I'm pretty proud. I kind of enjoyed that match. I think it was a very good round for both these teams. Actually, I just want to give a shout out. Kale, if you are on the server, go away. Thank you. Okay, so we're looking what's going to go on at the moment. Looks like we're going to restart again. I'll start us off again. Maybe this time we can get the switchovers a bit better and TosspoT won't be lagged. So we're live in 2, 1, match underway, and this time it's going to be Europeans on the attacking side to see what they can do this time. Here they come now. Looks like they're heading towards the command post first. Going to repair that. Potter's crouching down. Repair the command post. Command post repaired. Look at them going to be pushing in again. I'll start us off again. Maybe this time we can get it. The switchovers a bit better and TosspoT won't be lagged. So we're live in 2, 1, match underway, and this time it's going to be Europeans on the attacking side to see what they can do. This time, here they come down, looks like they're heading towards the command post first. Repair that, while it's crouching down. Begin to repair the command post repaired. Looking at them going to be pushing in any second now. They've been pretty patient.
They have denied that want to get much beyond, like maybe killing one of your own teammates. Yeah, see, the better thing would be a 7-man where 6 were the opposing team and 1 was a teammate. That beats it, but that's the only way you're going to beat it. They have denied the North Americans, you know? Apparently we can attack other countries, but when it comes to playing enemy territory, the Europeans have us pretty much owned so far. But we'll have a chance to see what the Europeans are going to be up against when we switch sides, and we see what they can do as the allies in just a few seconds here, and we'll see if we can't figure out what to do with TosspoT, because I miss him. I want a little TosspoT action. Well, you do realize to beat that 7-man means to kill a couple of your own. So, I mean, you really don't want to get much beyond maybe killing one of your own teammates. Yeah, see, the better thing would be a 7-man where 6 were the opposing team and 1 was a teammate. That beats it, but that's the only way you're going to beat it, because you really don't want to get an 8-man where you kill 2 of your teammates and 6 of the other team, and 3 of your teammates, and yeah. No. Yeah. I bet you could do that with... Yeah, whatever. Crazy European.
Well, I'm pretty proud. I kind of enjoyed that match. I think it was a very good round for both these teams. I just want to give a shout out. Kale, if you are on the server, go away. Thank you. Okay, so we're looking what's going to go on at the moment. Also, we're going to restart again. I'll start us off again. Maybe this time we can get it. The switchovers a bit better and TosspoT won't be lagged. So we're live in 2, 1, match underway, and this time it's going to be Europeans on the attacking side to see what they can do. This time, here they come now. Looks like they're heading towards the command post first. Going to repair that. Pod is crouching down. Begin to repair the command post repaired. Looking at them going to be pushing in any second now. They've been pretty patient. 5 for effects. Raining down at the moment. They've been pretty careful, trying to hide behind the corner every now and again. Looking at Care reviving himself a bit more. Europeans very disciplined at the moment. Not really making much of a push. Pod is going to be the first guy to be taken out as he tries to make a push down that left-hand side. Desirat's getting the knockdown on him. Cuts him through. Nice job there. And there he's got Ferris. As a medic pushing forward, he's got Americans on him in serious health situation. Data about to buy Inferno. He's gonna land the kill there. And North America being very, very cautious at the moment, really backing up each other pretty well. Trying to set up a crossbar. Nice Luger kill coming in from Deseret, shooting from the stairs. Lands another as well. Grip and Care falling one after the other to Deseret's Luger, shooting from the staircase entrance. Potter trying to make a push down the left-hand side. Europeans, though, at the moment, Trillian, just seem to need to organise themselves a bit better and make that main push through.
Well, you know, there's one thing about full holding the opposition. Sometimes it gives you just a little bit too much confidence. So the Europeans came in here thinking, this is going to be cake. We're just going to walk over this one. They came out and they found themselves with some pretty solid opposition, you know. The U.S. team, they're set up in very strategic locations. They're able to track them down as they're making attacks on the side. But here comes the push by the Europeans coming up the back hallways. They're making their way up the spiral staircase. And this may be it. They're making attacks. They're grabbing the forward spawn point. And they get it just in time. They spawn in and they are now making their push. It only took them 2 minutes to do that. And they are going to be planting dynamite at the old city wall. So the Europeans, took 12 minutes for the Americans to do? The Europeans knocked off 10 on that one and said, haha, look at me go. We got dynamite being planted by Potter right now. He's looking to be a player of the match, not just of the first half. He's looking to really step it up for his team. And with this first dynamite plant going to be blowing in about 21 seconds, TosspoT, what do you have to say about the match so far?
I think the Europeans have steamrolled. Choo-choo, they brought the steamroller home because they have done everything beautifully so far. It has been to beautiful perfection. I like the fact that they were so disciplined. I hate to see on that first stage people simply try to rush down the left.
We repaired the water pump. Caves are draining. We breached the city wall. Destroy the anti-tank.
Steady fire down to that back wall. Get some steady fire and a support fire into the upper areas. and then bring it on home. And that is exactly what they did. They didn't do it on the first rush. They just took a few people out of position on the first rush. Then they pushed a little bit further. Little bit. And there you go. Patience is a virtue in enemy territory, and that is what the Europeans have shown. 16:55 left on the clock here. One thing we haven't commented on is the ping of the two teams. We're both on this kindly donated Icelandic server run by Simnet.is, and the two teams are pretty evenly pinged. A few people down to 90. Potter on a very good ping on 90. Single as well.
Check your command map.
But everyone seems to be slightly higher is equaled out by the Europeans. And it's quite good to see. Covert ops going in here by Ferris, spotting the landmines and then tripping one. Very nice. He spotted one landmine and he forgot the one that was right under his feet. And trips that up. 16:20 left to go. Keyring, the Europeans are getting ready to attack, it would appear.
Yeah, they're making the way. You've got Potter waiting. They've actually had a covert op spotting the landmines for the Allied team, so that Potter's going to be able to push forward onto that south anti-tank gun. Looks like that's where they're setting themselves up at the moment. They're looking at making a push actually through the middle entrance as well. They're actually trying to put in a split attack at the moment, a 2-4 attack it would seem. Grip in serious trouble though, getting a lot of incoming fire, shooting by that south anti-tank gun. Manages to survive as the kill revive comes in by Mystic on Potter, trying to keep that engineer alive. Interesting to see the Europeans only using one engineer at the moment. It's going to be Gibbs unless the medic gets in there quickly. Potter picks up, Potter's in serious trouble, trying to push forward now, heading towards the south anti-tank gun and has pretty much an easy time of it. Just runs straight through, no thanks, raining the grenades in, lands it on Potter as he's in that south anti-tank gun area. Beautiful last minute defense there, stopping him from getting the plant down on that south anti-tank gun, but the Europeans looking very strong at the moment. Luger kill coming in, nice job by Inferno, landed it on Grip, as looking again as the Europeans trying to set up Trillian. It's all gone calm as they set up the next attack.
We're waiting to see which anti-tank gun will go down first. Yeah, we expect it'll be the south, but you never know. And yikes, I think someone just had a baby. Was that you, TosspoT, having a baby? Yeah, I thought so. But we're looking inside here. We're trying to see what Europe's going to throw out here. We've got Ferris slowly making his way inside, doing a little bit of covert action. He's sneaking in, looking for a couple of shots, then he's popping back outside. He's going to kill himself and reset on the next spawn. We've got Care, a medic, waiting for the rest of his team to come through. And as I'm talking about it, Dynamite is planted at the south anti-tank gun. Just took them about 5.5 minutes to do. Dynamite being guarded by Potter right now, throwing out some grenades, preparing for the incoming rush by the North Americans. But you want to know what? That rush isn't coming. They're going to go ahead and let that one go, let it explode. 10 seconds left on it. Not much chance anything's going to happen there. And it's all extremely and eerily calm out in the courtyard as that Dynamite, here it goes, you hear it. Sure enough, the south anti-tank gun has been destroyed. So now, 6 minutes have passed in this match, and the Europeans have already made it through the first couple of objectives. They're left with one final objective: destroy that north anti-tank gun. And so far, you know, the North Americans, they're trying. They've got Dater up here right now, all alone as field ops. The rest of the team is going to be spread out across the map. You have Inferno up here on the, he's at the Garrison MG nest, which hasn't been built, just kind of chilling out, waiting for the incoming Europeans. We've got some landmines down there, but they have been spotted already, at least one of them. So they're not going to pose much of a threat for the European team. But all is calm in TosspoT. What are you seeing from the Europeans, and what do you expect to come out here next?
Well, you know, I'm a little interested to see how long they've kept the stands. Ferris has been quite effective with that stand, picking up a good few kills. He's now dropped to medic, in fact, like a few minutes later after the attack. It was interesting to see that. Now, they're going to make a little push through spawn. What the Americans don't see right now is we've got 4 going around the back entrance to spawn, and we've got 2 coming in the main spawn exit. We're going to attack right as they spawn. It's going to be Mushu that's going to fight and face the Europeans head on as he respawns, and he loses out. He takes down Grip. And misses the ACP on no thanks. Grip loses out to Dera. But the Europeans have to hold on. No landmine's going to stop them. Pot's going to leave the charge straight up there. Pot's going to go in first. Get here. Engineer down there. Mystic follows up. Gets mowed down. Ferris is going to leave the charge. Gets revived in on Sengo. Sengo goes up. Gets taken down. Revived. Sengo ACP on Inferno. And Spawn gets taken down by Ferris there. But here it's going to be Data, Revive Comp in on Sengo and Care. And the North Americans dealt with that attack quite nicely, I would have to say. The spawn and the spawn archway are all clear, and the spawn platform Very nice by the Americans there. But here it comes once again. Potted down straight away. He goes in there first all the time, and Mystic is not going to pick him up. Is he? Yes, he gets him up now. The 3 Europeans on the full platform straight away. 12 minutes on the clock. Mystic going head-to-head with Inferno, and he wins that battle. And here comes up those down Mushu. They got to pick up Potted. No, he's been given by Comp and take it down by Comp. Mystic with a grenade on his body. Stands no chance. And Keyring, the Europeans, they just lack a little bit of creativity with their attack, I feel.
Yeah, they're going for the same attack time and time again. Looks like they've managed this time to push it on up through the spawn. Actually 1, 2, 3 players around there. They're going to throw an airstrike and then hide behind the wall as it comes in. Doesn't manage to let down. Manages to land the kill on Inferno. Stinger there as well to take out Mushu as he tries to come up from the spawn. Ferris takes out Conf. Can they make this push in towards this north anti-tank gun? They're definitely setting themselves up for it. Potter's making his way across now. He's actually undefended. There's one person in there. It's going to be Data. Data firing like mad. Trying to take him out. Potter lands the kill. Dynamite's going to be planted down. Got Ferris behind him. Ferris reviving him with a few health packs, keeping him alive, and that Dynamite is planted. Airstrikes raining down all over the place at the moment. Ferris is there backing up. Double kill. Support fire by Grip. Takes out Inferno. Data one after the other. Mystic takes out Deathrex as well. 15 seconds remain on that Dynamite. Good games exchanged already around by the North American squad. 10 seconds remain on the Dynamite. Looking pretty close. Nice push went in by the European team. Gonna blow any second in 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Boom! There it goes. Both anti-tank guns destroyed. Wow.
One thing to put out there is the fact that Comp, he's been the engineer for the North American team. Mushu blew him up with a grenade, which is probably why you started seeing those good games pretty early on there when it seemed like they may still have a chance. Mushu denied the Americans any chance of defusing that dynamite. And you know what? The Europeans, they managed to grab that one. Very well played. First point, Europe.
God, Mushu's gonna love you for that one, Trill.
Well, you know, sometimes you gotta call it like it is. You can't tell lies when people are out there. You want to tell them exactly what happens, and sometimes the picture ain't so pretty. So the truth is that Mushu threw out a grenade, Comp felt that one, and their engineer was denied the only opportunity they had to defuse that dynamite. You know, chances are they wouldn't have made it through anyhow, but you never know. Sometimes those lucky moments happen, and, you know, no, we'll see what happens. You know, I gotta tell you, the last time I was on Supply Depot, I was casting a match for the TWL Alpha tournament finals, or tournament, what is it, season whatever they're in. They were playing their enemy territory games, and I found we ended up having 2 teams who were actually quitting enemy territory. So they played the entire Supply Depot match with knives and satchel charges, and that was it. No other weapons were used.
I read
it was quite, I don't really want to say impressive, because I wasn't impressed, but it was definitely an interesting choice for playing a competition map in a tournament, you know, playoff type situation. Something I hope that none of us ever have to experience again, but looks like this match is going to be starting here. And Kieran, you're so good at it. Do you want to start it up?
Oh, you two kind of guilty. Yeah, I'll start us off, and we're ready in 4, 3, 2, 1. Match is back on. This time it's going to be the European team to attack first here on Supply Depot version 2 with the big spawns. No thanks on top at the moment. Take a lot of incoming fire as the European Unit make their way down. Potter goes straight in there. Rifle grenade goes in. Doesn't manage to land the kill. Mushu's grenade does connect with Potter though. Takes him out. Deathrex running down, gets the kill. Still on the crossfire in on that garage area at the moment. Mushu Data getting the kills in. Sengo manages to take out Mushu, but Inferno is strafing around at the moment, doing a very nice job dealing out the damage. Carry's going to fall as Deathrex takes out Sengo. Can't lose the kill on Potter as they try and push forward. Potter again as the engineer cannot get through that North American defense. They're sort of a very good defense at the moment. Crossfire in the garage. Even got some people shooting up from up high, up by the spawn area. A couple of bullets flying in. Grip managed to land a kill through the little slit window on Mushu there. So he's going to call a timeout. Referee timeout. Not sure why.
They're saying 999 was coming up for one of the players. Not sure who that would be, because looking at the rosters right now, everyone looks just fine and dandy. But, oh, okay, so apparently Deathrex had a Little bit of a problem there, but not long enough. Referee, that's just showing they're on top of the game, however. They're paying attention to those pings, and they're making sure that there is no reason to say, well, we lost because our ping was sucky and the referees weren't paying attention. Yeah, you never want to have that happen. But just in case you guys are just tuning in for some odd reason, this match has re-begun. Playing for North America, we have Inferno, Comp, Dater, Deserax, Mushu, and No Thanks. Playing for Europe, we have Grip, Mystics, Care, Ferris, Potter, and Sango. And the dynamite has successfully been planted at the forward bunker gate. And I think that would be by Potter, but we're not quite sure because I wasn't there. So maybe someone else on Potter. Did you see that one?
Well, the Sengo got the plant down. Potter was the engineer right in front. Comp got the kill on him. Didn't see the second engineer that was Sengo all over that plant getting it armed. Went to give Potter, instead of shooting the engineer arming the dynamite, a little bit of a blooper right there. One for the outtake show, I would feel. There's a 999 up already. Oh no, it's not. It's fixed. Who knows? Someone wants a restart. Command post going straight up there for the for the Americans there on the defensive side. Everything's moved on to stage 2 straight away. The truck is only just going past that second barrier. The Europeans leaving it back, as is the tactic now, because people have derived that if you bring that truck down into the depot first, then it is more of a tool for the Axis in terms of covering and setting up a defense. Pot a rifle grenade to the face, and Inferno chews it like he would a chocolate bar. I wouldn't do that. Now Mushu and Comp are going to set up a command post defense right here. While the truck gets moved down to the door by Grip, it's going to be Sengo getting attacked from all angles, and he's going to come out on top right there. No! Taken down long range by No Thanks. Mushu with the MP40 on Grip. Beautiful defensive action there. They come around from all sorts of angles, this American defense. Second stage. I'd like to cast our memories back to the days of the Euro Cup final. Infenza's picking this as their home map, so Care from Infenza, of course, it will be very interesting to see what he can bring to this home map time for the Infenza's player now of Europe, of course. So it's going to be interesting. Dynamite going to get down on the command post, truck going down to the front door, and Keyring, we're moving on to that next stage in the map again.
Yeah, Dynamite just been planted at the command post right there. Some nice work by the European Union to try and push in there and really take them out, gain control of that command post area. So they're hopefully trying to get an engineer in there very soon as well to try and get that command post built, giving them that early spawn area. Looking at the Dynamite trying to be planted at the moment. They're trying to push forward on towards the truck entrance into the depot area. They're not having too much look at the moment. A lot of incoming fire from Comp especially. Manages to take out Mystic, and there it goes the command post. Dynamite blows there, and straight in goes Sengo. Sengo's going to be the guy to repair that command post. So I won't be surprised if the European Union's slash killing them in it, and we're trying to spawn there. We've got the side wall breach. That's going to be the east walls. I checked my compass just to make sure that was right. As the European Union team push forward down towards that main truck engine, firing the bullets in, trying to get the kills. Not having too much look. Koreans pushing forward, trying to get the kill. Mushu trying to push round to try and take them out. Not having too much good. Sengo, nice job, takes out one. Care takes out the other, and there goes the Dynamite planted at the depot gate. Nice job right there. Sengo is doing a beautiful job as the engineer at the moment, manages to push all over the place at the moment. Comp is there, trying to get in there and try and take out some of these European Union members. In come the North American team as well. They've jumped down from the depot walls, trying to get the kills, trying to stop the engineers going in there. Engineer was in, he was taken out. Can he get the defuse? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 second remaining and gets the defuse on the Dynamite. European Union losing out on 30 seconds and are going to have to go back and do it yet again, Trill.
I've got to say that was beautiful. Seeing that little diffuse right there. I believe that was No Thanks down there trying to do the diffuse. We're all sitting there watching because we can see that countdown. 3, 2, 1, and you're expecting his head to just explode. And then just in time, Dynamite is diffused. Now remember, they do have that east entrance open to them. So they have a way to get in, and right now we're seeing Care taking advantage of that one, doing some nice little crossfire. He manages to take apart, who was that he found? Comp, I believe. But, you know, he's doing a bit of damage inside, and they need to shut him down, deny him these opportunities. And Deserak's able to come through there with a nice little kill with his MP40. Care going to stop with that one. However, the crane controls have been constructed. Who is inside making that happen, TosspoT?
Sengo up there on the top. He went through with care. Now that's just going to be another obstacle. Obviously they've got to get the truck through the front door, but that is going to be a beautiful diversion for the Europeans to take full advantage of. 9.5 minutes left on the clock, and it's going to be no thanks to try and go straight up there. And Sengo says hello for looking from above with those crane control wires, and he mows him down. Construction is getting taken out by Conf and his covert ops, who I failed to see straight there. Now we've got two people going through the east entrance. Dynamite down on the front door. 10 seconds left to go on that. The diversion worked for the Europeans. The Americans had to fall back. They had to destroy those crane controls, and that left Potter an easy route to dynamite the front door. And we're going to move into the final stage here of Supply Depot, with the truck going around under the crane controls, and now Grip leading the charge for the Europeans just above that Axis spawn. He's going to go straight up those stairs, round. Potter's going to back him up. We've got a European charge straight onto the top floor here. Your Radio ITG, Atlantic Battle 2, fight has begun with Inferno and Grip going head to head. Grip G-hands himself, mowing down with blowing up with that grenade Mushu, and now the Europeans coming straight up. Sengo versus two of them. It's Sengo versus Inferno, and he loses out. MP40 bullets riddled all over his face, and he's going to need some surgery for that. And Keyring, the Europeans need to group up, need to go as a team, and they need to get this crane controls built within, I'd say, the next 2 minutes to set a really competitive time.
Yeah, they do. They need to really push forward as soon as possible. 2 minutes is about right. We're on about 8 minutes. 8 minutes remaining, so they're going to be looking at about 2 minutes to push in there, get the crane controls built and sort themselves out. They had a nice flank route attack. They had managed to take advantage of the lull, so to speak, by the American team. They're making another push in now. Both got 4 men waiting to make the push up there. Inferno on serious health situation trouble. Then Potter comes in with Barrage Grenade, takes out Deserak and takes out himself as well. It's he the only engineer, because that's what I'm looking at the moment. 2 medics and a lieutenant making their way up there. At the moment, Potter's been taken out again as he tries to make his way up there as the European Union swarm in there. The pickups going in. By the medics, Ferris trying to get the pickups on those. The North Americans coming in from behind. Inferno taking out 2. Ferris and Mystic both falling one after the other. And the Europeans have actually made it in there. Sengo repairing those controls. Do so, and there it is. First gold crate loading into that on that crane right now, back into the truck. And TosspoT, they did it within 1 minute, when in fact 50 seconds. So they're on for a competitive time right now, Trillian.
Yes, they are, and we're looking at Ferris, who's in the bed of the truck. They're making their way with the truck. Grip and Ferris working together. Ferris going to be mowed down, but Grip's still hanging in there. Oh, not for long. They're going to get a nice little pause on there. North America trying to set themselves around there and hold off the Europeans. Will they be able to do it for a whole entire 6 minutes and 40 seconds? I'm not counting on it, but I'm looking right now as we have Care and Sengo making their way through. No thanks, it's going to be destroyed. No, he's actually going to kill himself. That's a great plan. So Sengo's all set up on there. Care's going to be shut down by Deserak. They're trying their hardest to hold off the European team. A lot of kills, a lot of revives going on. Currently, the truck is standing still right at the east entrance, and we're waiting to see, will they send anyone through? Yes, sure enough, here comes Potter through that east entrance, jumping right on that truck, getting it just a couple more inches forward. A couple feet, or whatever you want to measure it in. I suppose you could even say centimeters, or whatever you crazy people measure it as.
Oh,
look! Oh, nice grenade shot coming through by Mystic, finding Mushu and Dater and denying them that. So the truck, it's almost at the entrance right now. It's just not much longer, and it's going to be making its way through there. But you know, there still is about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, and North America, they are trying very hard to make this one remain in their favor for the next half. But the Europeans, they've finally got things on the move, and if they can just keep this going, they've got some good escorting going on. Sengo taking the lead, some artillery support being called out there. Airstrike, grenade coming as well. The airstrike not going to connect with anyone, but the truck comes once more to a pause. And TosspoT, not much further on the map to get that truck. Do you think it's even possible for North America to hold them off for that amount of time that's remaining?
I doubt it, as the European firing squad line themselves up on this hill with 5 minutes and 15. They are driving it home. It's Ferris at the wheel. The Americans are in chase, though. They're trying to get some damage on. Every second counts here for the USA. Support fire raining down from No Thanks, and Mystic goes sky high. Sengo with a Thompson in on Data. Potter and No Thanks going head to head, but Sengo 1-2, tick on a shoe, and picks up the third on Inferno. Double support and a Thompson, and the Europeans are really running that one home. Sengo getting 4 down in that last life for him. Now let's take a look at the stats there. 24 kills, 13 deaths for Conf, top American and top player on the server with stats. But for the European side, we're looking at Grip having a bit of a bloop around there, 6 for 18, but the rest of the team coming in double figures and getting it just about right, evening it out, 2 kills or so in between the others. I really feel that the Europeans just, in the end, showed a little bit too much firepower. I think that's what it came down to in the end. I don't think the attacks were overly organized, because in the end it was 4 through the front. That attack was killed, gibbed, and all over with. But then it was the sneak from Sengo and his medic Mystic that made it up and got the build on the crane controls. I think that was more of a luck that no one saw them than an organized attack, and there was certainly no defense on that back ladder. And I think it was just down to aim that came down to it, because we know with players like Potter, Mystic, with Grip, and with the whole team, there is pure aiming ability that just lives in this European team. And right now, the Americans have got an uphill struggle, Key. 9 minutes or so for them to beat. Where's your money?
I'm going to be honest, I think it's with the Euros. Euros is really, I know that's probably biased because I'm kind of, in a way, supporting Europe and hoping they win this. But, the speed in which we got that first flag capture, and Trill, I remember saying, knocking 10 minutes off the time. That's a considerable amount of time to knock off that flag time at the start. And so my money's on Europe at the moment. Trillian, I don't know about you.
To be honest, I mean, I'm a realist here. I can look at the overall status and say, you know, the European team is a stronger team. Now, their organization may not have been as strong on Supply Depot as it was on Oasis, but as you pointed out, they've got the gunning skills. They've done really well with it, and honestly, the North Americans, they've been a little bit sketchy on their play. So I think that, really, to be honest, 10 minutes, 11 seconds, something like that. I can't even remember now.
10, 11, yeah.
All right, so 10 minutes, 11 seconds. I think that North America has a chance to tie this one up, but, oh, man, I don't know. We'll be able to figure it out pretty quickly when we see the first push coming through, what's going to be coming through there when they make that push for that forward spawn point. Because, honestly, if it's anything like we saw in Oasis, they're going to be able to hold them off at that forward spawn point for the entire 10 minutes. So.
Well, I want to say, just to all the X-Fire readers out there, where was Gambit? And they'll understand that one. Looking at what happens in a game like this, I'm a firm believer that experience and that time builds a team. I'm a firm believer in that. The reason that Dignitas, that were so good, that D-Sky, that Gunslingers have always been at the top, they're the oldest clans out there. You can't... Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will be these two teams. And I think that a game like this is going to come down to mainly purely aim, simply because tactics, team play, that develops in months. Savers are just getting, for example, there are 2 Savers on the team. Savers are just getting there right now. They're just getting to potential to compete with these guy, Gunslingers, and Dignitas if they weren't quite dead. And it comes in teams. It comes in time. And that is what I think is lacking in this, that whole team play aspect. Anyway, we're going to be kicking this off once again. I'm going to steal this from Key. I'm not going to let him start all 4 rounds. And we're going to be fighting in 2, 1, go! It is all to play for. The Americans, if they capture it in this, we go to radar. If they don't, Europeans take a 4-0 lead. Europeans on the defense, a whole 10 minutes to go. Fire for effects raining down in front of the entrance, and that is going to stop them. Hell's Fire raining down in front of them, and it is mowing the Americans down. Potter artillery on Deserax. Inferno falls to Care, and the fire is begin. Potter double artillery on No Thanks and Mushu. And there is no way through. Hellfire and Brimstone raining down on these American soldiers as they go in to fight the European armada that is stuck in that bottom floor. We've got Comp and Inferno driving the truck. We've got Deserax high right. We've got Data and No Thanks high left. And Trillian, 1 minute's gone, and the Americans haven't exactly shown like they wanted.
Yeah, you know, they're trying. I really think that they are, but they're coming in here to some very solid opposition by the European team. I mean, look at Ferris with his MP40 just mowing down Deserax and Mushu. We're hanging out inside as Potter is guarding the forward bunker gate, and we're looking, I mean, just check that out. Nice crossfire coming out there from the Europeans. They are prepared for anything that should come at them from the North Americans. Dater just outside the door. He is left with just his pistol to battle with, and he's going to have to fall back to get himself a little bit of help. Here comes the truck, however. No Thanks, Inferno and Deserax going to be guarding that one. Nice rifle grenade from No Thanks coming through there. He stepped up with the new gun. That's right, folks. You know, we're not too proud to fall back on that rifle grenade to make things happen. So they've made their way into that forward spawn. They're looking for their opportunity to blow that forward bunker gate. We've got a chance here. We're looking. Oh, knives have come out to play as well. And we're just, oh gosh, I was waiting for a knife kill there. It didn't come in, but I think if this keeps up the way it's going right now, we may very well see a knife kill at this forward bunker gate.
Hey.
Now we're looking for the North Americans once again. Panzerfaust has come out to play. Deserax throwing that inside. He's going to connect with only one from the European team. So a pretty much ineffective Panzerfaust. Artillery support from Potter, finding Comp and No Thanks. Destruction for the Americans. That's right. They've been at this for just about, I'd say just over 2 minutes. And they're looking at that forward bunker gate, and they're going, wouldn't it be nice to plant some dynamite there? But I don't think so. Not anytime soon if the Europeans keep up this threat. What do you think, T-Ray?
Europeans looking very strong at the moment. Americans just seem to be trying to throw anything they possibly can. Panzerfaust, rifle grenades, anything to try and get rid of this European team. Finally, Potter's been taken out along with Care. Double kill coming in from Thompson there. Takes out two. Grip and Ferrito there to bring the back them up. Get the kill. Very nice job. Allies capture that forward bunker, however, but reclaimed straight away by the European team. Already we're looking at 7 minutes remaining on the clock, and already the Americans really struggling to get through. Deserax landed another single kill Panther, and those knives coming out to give. At the moment, Colt's left alive. He's been taken out by Potter. Potter sticking out at the moment, though, as the forward bunker is claimed and reclaimed by the Axis team. Potter doing an outstanding job. He really is standing out, getting that fire for effect out there, really raining down just anything possible and taking them out. But Potter's being taken out. Looking dynamite being denied. No! Denied by Ferris. Ferris taking out the MP40. That does not get planted. And the European Union again with another chance. The Americans are going like mad. Straight jumping down in, just swarming in towards that, getting the capture on the flag, but then straight away, as usual, reclaiming. Oh, touching it and then losing it. Panzerfaust again, and Deserax vaporizes himself to a great shot from Ferris. And TosspoT, I cannot see the Americans pushing forward and getting the plant anytime soon.
Well, they've tried. They have tried. They've pushed up both stairwells. They've come from high, they've come from low, they've come from here, there, and everywhere. And they're just not getting the rub of the green with that. And, well, maybe it's not to be their night. They capture that forward bunker. Sengo and Potter battling down on the bottom floor to hold it up. Sengo moves down Mushu. And now the Americans are swarming this bottom floor. They got 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies. The engineer is picked straight back up. And he's going to go for the plant right now. Mushu arming that dynamite. Is that going to be plant? Or is that going too far? Yes, it goes down. 30 seconds on that straight away. Mystic with the MP40 to Inferno. And Care with the Luger to Mushu. Mystic coming together, and the European Scandinavians are combining. 3 kills to the Scandies, and they've run it home, clearing that way, and Mystic picks up a third. No thanks, Mystic showing absolutely unreal aim right there. But do I see an engineer? No, I don't. It looks like with 9 seconds on that dynamite, the Europeans are going to fall all the way back. Yeah, self-kills coming in straight away. Ferris and Potter actually going to stay forward. They've got 5 minutes left. Oh, Panzerfaust strikes that back wall, and the back wall holds firm. It does not blow with the Panther Falcon. The dynamite going off 2 seconds later says goodbye. Their bodies are all over the floor right now. Let the bodies hit the floor, say the Americans. Throw those Europeans the door. And Keyring, they're going through the door.
They indeed are. They're pushing up with the truck right now, pushing rounds and making a bit of a move right now. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock. They're looking to push forward round towards that command post. Command post has not been built. Conf has managed to push in there. He's a medic though. They're looking at an engineer at the moment to try and push forward and try and get that command post built. Give them a forward spawn point at the moment. I'm looking as they try and push forward. The airstrike's bringing down by the Axis team. Europeans trying to get that in there. Potter takes out one of his own teammates, Grip, but takes out Data as well. So they're still trying to get the Viper effect in on that truck, which is stopped going up that hill at the moment. Someone needs to put that in first gear and get it up that hill, because that is where it's stuck at the moment. Handbrake is on as they try and get it moving again and do so. Moshu behind it as an engineer pushing forward. He's going to make his way round towards that command post, which has just been built by the Axis team, so he's going to have to blow it first as well. It's being defended. Ferris is in there. Ferris trying to land the kill. Just on Moshu. Moshu taken out. Picked up by the medics. Inferno in there as well. And Moshu, although he's being taken out, they're getting that dynamite planted. No! Gibbs picked up. No, he's still alive. They're spattering him like mad to try and get that dynamite down on that command post. It does not happen. Nice job by Cam. Mystic in there as well. Backing each other up well, and that command post holds firm for the European team. And Trillian looking very strong for the Euros right now.
Is it time for me to wake up yet? Oh wait, sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm looking out here as we're waiting to see what's going to come next from the Americans. You know, they're running out of time here. In fact, with just over 3 minutes left to go. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty tough for them. I have to say they've actually made it further than I would have given them credit for, because I would have said they would have been held back at the forward bunker. But, you know, they've done pretty well so far. I'm proud of the work that they're putting in here. You know, they're up against a team that has proven to be better than them, and yet they're still trying. So we're looking out here as the truck has not quite made it to that depot gate. But we're just waiting to see what's going to come out next from the North Americans. They're making their way through. We've got No Thanks off to the side. Comp as well. He's going to be a medic. Now, who's going to be the engineer? It's going to be No Thanks. He's waiting out here. Grenade coming through and finding Inferno. No Thanks is going to return fire and find Grip. No Thanks coming through here. Dynamite has been tossed down. Here come the flyers. Will he get the plant? He's looking for it, but Care is going to mow him down. Medic coming through, reviving, and Dynamite has successfully been planted at the depot gate. So the Americans, they had a tough start here, but they are going to try to end this as strongly as they possibly can. And who knows, maybe they'll be able to get through. They do have a plant on the East Depot wall as well. They've got 2 entrance possibilities coming through here, unless an engineer can get through and defuse. And with 7 seconds left at the depot gate, Dynamite, they're going to have this one. But they have less than 2 minutes to get the controls built, get the gold loaded up, and get this match finished up.
Benny Hill style, they got to do it to the theme, because they've got to run in and they got to run out, because right now they are nowhere near. Both walls are down now, and it's all doors open, but that truck is not past the barrier at all, which is quite surprising. Now it's coming through. No Thanks at the helm, and they're going to lead the charge through the front door. The Europeans try to get the dynamite down, defused, but both engineers well defended, well taken down before they could get anywhere near it. Ferris chipping in with a double MP40 on No Thanks and Daytor. Comp's going to drive that truck home. 1 minute 18 left on the clock. Almost into garbage time here, but we are not quite there. There's still a possibility. Still, if you're an American, you can still hope that they can do it. Sango double MP40 proving his worth to the team, taking down Moshu and Deseret. Beautiful action there. The truck is in position, and they're going to leave the charge up right now. It's going to be No Thanks, and it's there. And Data leads the charge with Ferris and Sango to fight it at the top. Sango going to pick him straight up. We're on the top 4 here. No Thanks is down. He's going to get Gibb before the medic can get in there. And Comp gets taken down, trying to pick him straight up. Knife kill from Ferris. And Inferno moves both Ferris and Sango down. And here comes the cavalry. Here comes the engineer to pick the construction up. It's going to be Mushu to build it. 36 seconds left on the clock. They're going to put that truck into Mach 1 T-ring. And can they bring it home?
Indeed, that truck is going to have a pretty beefy engine installed in it, which I think will take more than the 20 seconds they've got remaining to install.
They didn't press the button.
Got a decent engineer on the team. They haven't pressed the button either. Oh, it's all over.
Got denied.
Garbage time, guys. 10 seconds remaining. Europeans are going to go away with a 4-0 win. 7-6-5. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over, guys. Europeans win against the US.
Now, hold up a sec.
4-0.
Let me just point out the fact that even though the Americans didn't win, they did a great job on Supply Depot. You gotta just give them credit for the play that they did. They came awfully close. Just needed maybe even 30 more seconds and they might have had that one. Or if they'd only gotten close enough to push the button, they would have, you know, given us quite the run. But I just have to say I'm proud of them for their play. Obviously, the Europeans, you know, were able to field a better team, and we saw that in their play. The Europeans should be very proud of their players, but I've still got pride in my American team.
I've got a Simon Cowlett in here right now. I don't believe that the Americans were ridiculously near. I don't think they were 30 seconds away. I think they were 5 minutes away. I think they were a long way away from
5 minutes.
victory.
That's crap.
You look at that last spawn. The Europeans were not interested. They had Potter as a covert ops. They were pushing forward. They weren't interested. And by the time the dynamite was down...
what I say is, if your team checks out before the match is over, then that's your own damn fault. Because we have to go based on what they play, and if the Europeans decided to play tiddlywinks because the match was coming near an end, that, you know, I'm not going to discredit what the Americans do because the Europeans decide to play flamethrowers sitting in back corners and have tea and crumpets.
Hey.
So if you're going to Simon Cowell on me, Mr. 5 minutes it would have taken, I don't think it would have taken 5 minutes.
Well, I gotta say, I think the Europeans were just that cut above the rest. I really do. And apparently...
And I didn't deny that. So, you know, you have to give... I mean, as I said, I think the Europeans had the better team, but I think that the Americans, they did a very good job on that last round. So you have to give them some credit for that. So I'm not allowing you to take away the credit I've given them. So back off, TosspoT!
Okay.
You and me, mud wrestling, I would kick your ass.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. This may have to be taken up. Oh, this is what we've got the video stream for, I guess, to mud wrestle. Well, that would be interesting. I'll tell you what, it was good to watch, though.
Actually, speaking of the video stream, we're going to have the video stream online. I think it actually may be online already. We've got DJ Wheat testing out the video stream by bringing some Doom 3 action for the GGL ladders. So you want to be hanging it out Inpound Radio ITG on Enter the Game, Game Surge, or on QuakeNet. Any of those channels, you should be able to pick up the IP, or the server actually to connect to. You're going to be connecting to a web page that has it embedded. If you have a GGL account, everything will be beautiful. If you don't have a GGL account, is going to be a little bit more challenging because the GGL has put the video stream up on their page. So, I'm getting yelled at now by the Europeans, guys.
Well, you know, I've got to say, before anything, when I read that there was $10,000 up for that Doom 3 ladder, I was like, whoa. And I think it's fantastic.
Have you signed up yet?
Well, technically the game isn't out over here, so no, I haven't.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Plus, I'm a little bit scared. It's...
Technically.
Well,
okay, hold up a second. Hold on. For those of you who said that I'm the noob that didn't know Oasis before the match, it's called sarcasm, bitches. Look it up on the internet, dictionary.com. Sarcasm. S-A-R-C-A-S-M. That's how you spell it. Go look it up. I was messing with you guys. Oh, my word. I cannot believe that you were that gullible. I'm sorry. I know there are a lot of great Europeans out there. I love you all, and you should know that by now because we've casted a lot of other types of games for you guys. But come on. I got to give both sides of the story. We have to allow someone from the Americans to be like, yay, team. I would do the same for the Europeans. Gosh, man, you guys got a little bunch of cranky people. It must be, I guess it's pretty late for you guys, huh?
Did you know Gullible?
Europe versus Trillian.
Gullible? Has it now?
Yeah.
Gosh, let me think about that one.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So has TosspoT as a winker. Ha-ha.
Oh, I'll tell you what though, I can breathe a sigh of relief because I picked that team and there was a lot of flaming, namely by Kinko, and I'm glad that it was put right, that the Europeans did show what they can do and what they're capable of. And now I just got to say that where did the Americans go from here? What do you look at? Because there will be an Atlantic Battle 3, you can almost guarantee that. Where do a team like the Americans, who were almost embarrassed,
go from this position?
You know what I think? I think that if ETTV can be implemented in a what would you say, in a very substantial fashion, if we can get that put out there, similar to what we have with GTV, where we have a plethora of servers available, that's all handled through speakeasy.net, and they've got some good stuff set up there. If we can have something like that for ATTV that can boost the interest in the American side, there's a possibility that it may actually help to get these teams back in action. The difficulty we have is that, I mean, as I said, we had a match on Supply Depot just the other week where people were using knives and satchel charges. When you have teams that are in that frame of mind when they come into a playoff match, that tells you a little bit about what's happened to the enemy territory scene on the North American side. It's just lost some of that push, some of that passion, and we need to get that back. If we can get the passion back, get people playing their games, get teams practicing once again, then I think that you're going to see a lot better U.S. team in the next Atlantic battle. However, if the U.S. or if the North American teams can't step it up, can't get that passion back, I think that we're going to see them getting owned worse and worse every single time, no matter what you try to do. They're great players, but if they don't get enough practice, they don't get enough strategy work, it's not going to matter how good they are as individuals. They're not going to have the team work necessary to be good on a U.S. team. So I think that the U.S. needs their passion back. They need to get themselves into enemy territory and then bring it on. Until then, it's going to be ownage.
Key, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, yeah, I've got to agree with Trillian. The Americans really need to buckle down and just try and get the tactics sorted out a bit. Don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that was very impressive. I mean, look at their attack on Supply Depot. Give them another minute and they would have had that. Most definitely. I say another minute and they would have had that. No troubles at all. So,
see? Look at him. Look at TosspoT. He can barely control himself.
Yeah, Mr. I want to agree with Trillian.
Well, I think I'll agree with Trillian because she's obviously laying the smackdown on you recently, so I don't want to get on the wrong side of her. So.
You're just worried she's going to beat you up at QuakeCon. You're just worried.
Yeah.
He's PM'd me in IRC.
He's worried about the in-person.
He just said, Toss, watch what you say. Watch what you say. She'll beat you up. So, I can tell.
So,
hey, now, I'm not that evil.
You are.
No. Key, you and I are going to be stepping aside at QuakeCon. I will show you how damn nice I am. You'll believe me by the end of our conversation that I am nice.
You'll beat me till I say you're nice, won't you?
I'm not going to say the word beat. Nice I'm going to say convince. I'm going to convince you that I'm nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet. But, yeah, a great match all round. And, what can I say? Congratulations to Euros and, well played to the Americans. I think it was a great match. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully happening again. Everybody really gets into these matches. And the advancement of ETTV can only make the community stronger, as I've got sweat pouring down at the moment into my eyes and stuff like that because I've had to close my window. It's boiling hot in the UK.
Oh, dude, do we need to get you... We need to get you an ITG sweatband, like a headband,
I
Just
do.
have a little
I
ITG
actually
guy
need
on
some
it?
kind of headband because I can only see out my right eye now. I've had to close my left eye. It's so painful.
80s style headband. Well,
I know.
I'm so finding you one.
oh dear.
But in saying that, I am actually going to make a move because it's like 1 AM and I think I need to get some sleep because I'm still packing for QuakeCon tomorrow and stuff like that. So I'm going to say goodnight to everyone because I love you all.
Goodbye, Kiri.
I'm going to say thank you to Trill and TosspoT for putting up with me. My shoutcasting was, in my opinion, not so great today. But
oh, shush, shush, Key. Shush, Key. Key. Key.
You see, this is
I don't
what you
want
get
to
when
have
you
to
agree
take you outside
with
for this
Trillian.
one as well.
I know. Yeah, but I enjoyed
we're
it
gonna have
very
a
much.
word.
And, congratulations to both of the players. I'm very tired at the moment, I'll be honest. So thank you all.
Okay.
I want to give a last shout out to No Fury.
Oh my lord. Is he like this all the time?
Yes.
Yep. And I'm going to vanish. Thank you.
Yo, this is Fatality, and I'm inside the game.